Good morning guys, welcome back. 5 weeks on, we're off to pick up the 911. It is eventually done after heading to Northampton for a simple MOT and service. It's taken us 5 weeks after having to take the engine out of the car to do a lot of work that was never intended. We've had loads of trials and tribulations trying to get parts for the car. It's not been easy, but a big thanks to JK Automotive. They've stuck with us on this one and we've got the car back on the road. So I'm going to head up to Northampton. It's currently 6 AM in the morning. We've got a 3-hour drive up there. We'll get the car picked up, we'll get the car back home again, and then we're going to go over the bill for the car, which is rather substantial. We'll let you know all the parts we've done and put into the car. The car is now good to go, and with the car already having a Hartec engine rebuild, it really shouldn't need the engine back out the car again for a very, very long time. Fingers crossed. So let's get moving and we'll catch up with you once we hit Northampton. Right guys, just arrived up at Northampton. You can see the car behind us. It is looking very, very sorry for itself. 5 weeks of dirt and mess on it, but it's all back together again. So I've now got a drive back home of 3 hours. We're going to sit and we'll run through all the details, all the work we've had done to the car over the last 5 weeks. But she's there, just need a little top up of oil. We've just regassed the aircon, so it's ready to go back home again. So we'll catch up with you once we get on the road. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, the 997 is back in the garage. It is back after 5 weeks away. We've got the part bill here, so we're going to talk you through that, going to let you know what it's cost. We've had the engine out the car over the last 5 weeks. It was a simple MOT and service that the car went up for. Unfortunately, it didn't go according to plan. So we'll start off with the oil cost of £109. We had gearbox oil at £48.60. We had some rubber pipes for the cooling system at £67.40 each. Nice bit of post-tax there. We had some brackets for the distribution pipes. Now the distribution pipes were pipes that we were going to change right at the very front of the cooling system. I'd already sent the money up for those a while ago and they were lying up there. So I'd already paid out £200 for the distribution pipes. So the brackets for them was an additional £25. The intermediate coolant pipes, £78.29. The oil filter, £16.20. And then the under tray, we went for all new nuts and bolts underneath on the under tray. Just put new ones on, £12.50. And then with some coolant for the car at £48. That is what we originally thought we were going to do to the car. That was the original plan. And then the original plan became this plan as well. So this is when we decided we were going to have to take the engine out of the car because the pipes that we thought were okay and we're going to be able to leave in unfortunately weren't. So this is where it began to get expensive. The over engine coolant pipe, £253.81 for one pipe. Holders for the pipes, £10.80. Front to rear cooling pipes, £201 each. They're the main pipes that run through the centre. At this point we decided we were going to change the oil separator. So the oil separator came in at £248.94. We then decided we were going to change the header tank. It was the original header tank that holds the water and the cooling system at the back of the car. It's a simple job when the engine was out. Since it looked like the original one, we decided to get rid of it and put a new one in. That cost me £137.27. Lovely. And then we had 2 engine rubber hoses at £118.94 each. And then we had O-rings for the oil separator, I believe, or the oil cooler. O-rings for the oil cooler were £28.60. Then we had the AC line supply. We decided to change the AC lines as well. So that one was £113.40. Some screws for the AC, a nice £4.88, nice and cheap. Another big bill, the next one, the AC return line. Now this line, when I had originally bought the car, had a little hole in it. We managed to repair it, but since we had the engine out, we thought we'd put a new one in.
That cost me a whopping £273.17. Great stuff. We had brake lines at £151.79. Again, the brake lines were okay, but they were just beginning to show small signs of corrosion. So rather than mess about while everything was out, we whipped out the brake lines as well and changed them as well. So that gives us a grand total. So the first total for what we originally thought we were going to do was £653.59. Now bear in mind, guys, this doesn't include labour. This does not include labour. And the parts bill for what was done once we decided to take the engine out was £2,042.89. So give or take a few pence, parts that went into the car that I can't even see just now is roughly £2,700. I'm not going to go into the labour costs on the car, quite simply because I've worked with Kev for a long time now, and Kev really looks after me on the labour costs. I don't want to put the labour cost what it cost me, because it's probably not what somebody else would be charged. Kev's looked after this car for 5 years now, and he really looks after me. The labour charge was still substantial. It was still substantial, but it's probably saved me maybe a third on what it should have been. So at £2,700 for the parts alone, you can imagine where the labour has gone in it as well. So it's been a hefty bill. It's been a good one. On the drive back down the road yesterday, I did notice a big difference in the car with the brake lines being changed. We've uprated the brake fluid that was in the car as well. And the brake pedal is a lot better now. It's a lot better. We changed the transmission oil and the gearbox as well. Again, the gearbox felt nice and smooth, and it felt really nice actually, the gearbox on the way down the road yesterday. We'd done about 150 miles to get it down the road yesterday. The car is in a mess. The car has been lying outside for 5 weeks now. I'll cut in some video footage of the state that the car's in. I knew it wasn't going to be great when I got it back, but we'll just have to get it cleaned off and get it detailed. I'm going to do a full video. We're taking the car up to Bewley, a big Porsche show at Bewley within the next 2 weeks. I think it's first week in June. So I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks getting the car detailed myself. Fingers crossed that there's not really any real marks on the paintwork. It just needs a really good detail, and we'll get the car cleaned again. So there we go. That is the saga that went on, that turned into a simple MOT and a service. Actually, I'm just thinking there's a few things that I haven't missed out. So I've still got to pay for the MOT, which is about £50. Got to pay for the regassing of the aircon system as well. So that's probably another £80–90. So still get that to pay for. So there's a few bits to go on top of that. So we're probably looking in parts with the other two bits about £2,800 plus the cost of the labour on top of that. So it's not been cheap, but having said that, underneath now the car, that's the water system from the front of the car. I had originally done the radiators at the front when I got the car. I'd done the AC radiators and the cooling radiators at the front when we got the car. So everything from the front of the car right to the very back now in regards to the water system has been totally changed 100%. So it's going to be good for another 20 years hopefully. The car's 18-year-old now. I don't plan on selling the car anytime soon. So we're going to spend a bit of time. We're going to get it cleaned up. It is looking very sorry for itself. It's currently sitting on its charger. I think that's just out of shot. It's sitting on its C-Tech charger, keeping the battery maintained. It'll probably be next week before I can even begin to look at it. We're going to do a full video on this car, getting fully cleaned and fully valeted. We're going to have the wheels off, going to do the suspension. We're going to clean the car from top to bottom and get it back to the state it was in before it went up to JK Automotive. Big shout out to Kev at JK Automotive. They've been great. It's been a real slog to get the parts for this car Porsche Leicester, again thanks to Porsche Leicester as well, they've worked tirelessly with us trying to get the parts that we needed. Some of the parts were in stock, some weren't, had to wait in some parts coming from Germany. We run into the one or two problems when we're pulling the engine in and out, the usual stuff when you're pulling an engine in and out of the car. But all in all, it's went really well. It drove down the road lovely. It was lovely to get back in it yesterday and to get driving down the road. So the bill, £2,800 plus labour for the work that we've had done to the car. It should see the car in good stead for many, many years to come now. The fact that all the brake lines are done as well. We've got a really good car underneath there. Car's solid underneath. The car has all been sealed underneath as well while we had it up the ramp. While we had the engine bay out as well, we cleaned everything and we've sealed everything. We've sealed all the arms and underneath it, everything's been sealed. The next thing that we're going to be doing with the car, I'm just going to go and price this week. We're going to see about getting the car dry ice cleaned underneath all the suspension arms, all the coffin arms. We're going to look at getting that dry ice cleaned again. We'll have a video coming in on that one as well. So it's a busy time. We've got a nice cleaning video coming up for you as well. We've got a few other things in the pipeline as well. So we've got Bewley coming up in 2 weeks' time. That will be a mega Porsche show. Bewley's not one to be missed. There'll be thousands and thousands of 911s and all kinds of Porsches there. So until the next one, guys, as they say, if you own a 911 or any old classic car, make sure you've got some money stuck away in the bank somewhere safe, because when I first bought this car, people said budget on about £2,000 a year for maintenance, and I sort of scoffed at that and I thought it's not going to cost £2,000 a year. In the 5 years that I've had the car, it's probably averaging out just a little bit less than that. I've done a lot of work when I bought the car. It was fully repainted. That's sort of a cost at my own expense that I wanted to do. But in regards to maintenance, the car's 18 year old now. These cars are getting on a bit, so they are needing looked after. I'm one for being preventative rather than fixing things when they're broken, and that's why we done the oil cooler, the oil separator. That's why all that stuff was changed. The brake lines were changed, the AC lines were changed. While that engine was out the car, it'd have been crazy not to have done all that work, because if something had failed in a year's time, the engine's back out the car again. So it was an absolute no-brainer. So I hope you enjoyed this short video today. We'll keep the videos coming. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. I keep forgetting on the videos to ask you guys to subscribe. We've heavily invested into the channel now. We've got a nice camera for doing the work. We've bought some really expensive microphones. So we're trying to make the videos as professional as we can. We're not quite up there with the likes of Shmee. Matt Armstrong's another one that's doing really well, isn't he? That's sort of taken over the YouTube world. So we're not quite there with those guys yet. But we'll just keep churning out the videos for you, and hopefully we'll hit that magic 1,000 subscriber quite soon, and we'll see where the channel goes from there. Take care and thank you.